What's good, YouTube? Let's talk about chivalry. So I was on Facebook last week and a lady friend of mine posted the question on her status update saying, can we bring chivalry back or am I asking too much? And of course, a bunch of bitter women in the comment section jumped at the chance to say, too much girl, too much. And all sorts of other man-bashing statements. You know, maybe I shouldn't call them bitter. I'll call them jaded. Let's call them jaded. A bunch of jaded women jumped in our comment section. So anyway, I gave my wise words on the subject, but I really didn't want to write a book about the shit because I felt pretty unwelcomed and rushed by the audience here. You know, it was hostile territory to say the least. So I decided to skip that and just do a video. Talk to my audience, go where I'm welcome, and let my viewers know how they can be on the receiving end of the ever so elusive chivalry. You know, people often ask what happened to chivalry. Short answer, feminism, mass incarceration, war, music, pop culture, systematic oppression, and the economic evolution of women have all contributed to its decline. Not all bad things, but they have all contributed to it. And to the common question of, does chivalry still exist? Short answer, yes. Kings who exalt queens still exist. Men offer up whatever women accept. A man who honors himself will honor his woman. A woman who honors herself will have nothing less. You know, it amazes me how so many women don't understand the sheer power they have over the men around them. At large, women complain about the way men are, yet and still, their behaviors and responses to the world determine the way that men are. There was a time when chivalry was the first measure a woman took of a man. This, of course, after it was no longer okay to sell 12-year-old girls off to old-ass men based upon his ability to provide and her ability to bear children for him. Once women had a choice, how he treated her was what mattered first. That's because they had seen the horror of what can happen when these priorities are flipped. Fast forward a few generations. Women choose a man based upon his swag, his style of dress, his street credibility, his social status, and or his money. Those have become the requirements to impress large numbers of women. Those are the things that young men learn to value and offer up to women. I remember being in school just people watching. All of the guys who got the new Jordans and could afford to keep up with fashion trends got most of the girls. Some of those guys were pretty cool. Some of them were fucking airheads with nothing to offer a woman. It didn't matter to these girls. They had learned to value something other than chivalry. To fuck them, you didn't need chivalry. You just needed some swag and the new Jordans. That's the black schools. I don't know what the hell shoes got you laid in white schools, but I'm sure it was much the same. Insert whatever was cool with you with the school, or if you're still in school. At the same time, there were other girls. Girls who measured a guy by his character. With these girls, you knew you had to come correct. You had to offer to carry her books. You had to open doors for her. You had to stop cursing so much around her. You had to compliment her. You had to walk her to her bus. You had to get her lunch for her. You had to treat other women nice when you were around her. You had to display honor and integrity to impress this type of girl. There was no instant click. She grew to like you over time when she seen the value of your character. These young women were impressed with honor, respect, and masculinity. Old school masculinity. Nobody was effing these girls without a commitment, or at the very least, being a gentleman. And even as a young man watching this, I could guess with pretty good accuracy which girls would marry a decent and respectable man, and which girls would probably end up with multiple babies' fathers. And this is no knock on those women. And I don't say multiple babies' fathers to shame those women or to insinuate that they're easy or they're hoes. I only make that distinction because at the time you could actually tell that the criteria they were using to find love was a shaky one. And that they would probably have to re-enter the dating world after that guy got done doing whatever he planned on doing with him. I'm just making a distinction between the requirements a guy must meet to impress them, and how that lack of judgment have led women to a place where a fairly large number of them could reasonably believe that chivalry was an outdated overestimation of what a woman should expect of a man. The truth is, ladies, you get what you require from a man. Women who require money only date guys with money. They don't date broke men and say shit like, "Is prosperity still alive? Do men still have money?" Women who require swag don't date lame dudes and say shit like, "Do guys with style still exist?" Yet women who never require respect or chivalry complain about it as if they have no control over who and what they accept in life. Like, think about it. Jobs that require a college degree don't hire high school dropouts and then complain about underqualified employees. Guys will do anything to get in your pants, whether that's one night or for a lifetime. Anything. And that includes chivalry. So if you crave chivalry, make it the requirement to get in your pants. And the funny part about this is, I would guess about 90% of the women who constantly complain about chivalry not being around anymore also probably like bad boys and dismiss nice guys. That shit is pure idiocy. You don't get this from this. Anyway, women have come to a place where many in large part have rejected the traditional roles of their sex. Chivalry is a word that we use to describe a man's traditional responsibility to honor a woman. There isn't really a good word to describe a woman's responsibility to honor a man and be ladylike. But women have neglected that idea at the same rate that men have neglected chivalry. Some of y'all are unladylike as fuck. You don't cook, clean, curtsy, or cover up. And I'm not saying that's all a woman's supposed to do, obviously. What I am saying is that if you only wear yoga pants, make duck lips, and upload twerk videos, then you should get your motherfucking life together before you start complaining about chivalry. You're not marketing to chivalry. That new school shit don't attract old school values. And don't misunderstand me. I love yoga pants. And I really love twerk videos. So please don't stop. I'm just saying, as a gentleman, those two things put together don't put me in the mind to be on my best behavior. Chivalrous Kevin might not make an appearance during the yoga pants twerk off. I say all that to say this. If you want a chivalrous man, then make it the first requirement of a guy you date. And present yourself as a woman befitting of such an honor. Anyway, share my videos if you like them. It helps a lot. Click on my picture to subscribe. Click on these videos to see more of me. Y'all be easy. And good luck on that whole chivalry thing.